starting from the guard, really a couple of different positions that you have to deal with the person on top. The person on top may be in a lower position and holding onto your hips, or they might be in a little bit more postured up position with their elbows in and try to break and start to pass your guard. So everybody's going to start in the closed guard position, and we're just going to go between our hip high sweep and our hook flip sweep. Okay? Where the person is on top, so let's say we'll start that low first, and then I'm going to say I want you to switch to high. When we switch to high, you're going to elbow drag back out, get to your single butterfly position, which is here. You're going to do a flip sweep. I'm going to demonstrate all these right now, just so it's not verbal, so you can kind of see what's going on. So actually, these are good. Come on, everybody. Yeah. Okay. So Sebastian plays down a little bit in this position, right? So I'm looking for my hand by sweep, right? So one of the things that is going to be an issue is for people who have good head control, they're going to try to keep the head in the way. So before you sit up, put your head in the way, right? This is stopping me from getting up because he's keeping his head up near my chest. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to get the arm in position, right? So I'll just kind of move this over. I'm going to get the arm in position, just like you were going to open your guard. Foot goes down on this side, toe up. I'm keeping this one closed until I'm ready to go. Okay, now we do basically like our elbow drag. From here, I get up on my elbow, I drag my hip back, and I get into this loaded position. Feet are on the floor, and there's a lot of tension on this knee, up on the toe on this side, so he doesn't feel like he can just jump over the top, okay? We're doing our hip height sweep, so both feet are on the floor, hips heist. We're gonna push our hips higher than our opponent, bump, but look, we're gonna stretch them out long. So when I wrap around this arm here, I'm gonna stretch his arm towards the wall and make him long like a log. Right, so here, hip heist, I come up really high, and then I'm coming over the top. As soon as you hit here, take both arms out and put them on the side. Does that make sense? Okay, I want reps back and forth, so we're gonna add. Let's come this way. Simple oompa from the bottom. As soon as I get to the mounted position, notice his elbows are in, stop my legs from getting any higher. This is really who he wants to be. So he's going to lift his hips, maybe put my hands on the floor. Notice he's keeping his hips up. I want him to take this and pull it all the way into the hip, elbow all the way into the hip. So now the arm is trapped, he's going to lift and bridge, come right back over the top, and I get to go again from the other side with my hip by sweep. What's the first thing I'm paying attention to? Head, right? So you don't have to be so obvious about it. I might put my hand here and just swim this thing in, look, and already pass it over to this side. Foot steps down, I'm up here. Keep this closed. Up on my toe on the other side, making sure that this is like a wedge into the door. Feet come down, hands, look, I'm stretching them all the way out. Look how I'm up on my hand, I'm not on my elbow. Stretch. Over the top. Arms down, his elbows are in. Get used to doing this right away. And then again, if I sit up, he's going to lift his hips and keep them up, so I have to keep my hands on the ground. Get that elbow drop, over the top, and we're back. I want 4 times or 2 times each side, 4 times, and then flip top and bottom. Make sense? So we're going to just start with this. I want you to get a bunch of reps, and then we're going to add on to it, okay? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure this is the person low on top. What's up?
Ready?
Rob, you know this stuff. at that. So it's like, on your hand. Put both feet down when you do that too. Like when you're ready to go, put both feet down when you're doing it. Like, so he's inside. Now when I go to shoot up, I need step in here, and then I get here. This foot's still up. I'm ready to go. Right now, here, loaded. High. Elbows. Yes. Don't drop it. Keep them up. Keep your nice. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I want both feet. I want to feel like I have to put this foot and then we drop it one. I'm going to be way more stable with
I mean, if you go for it, you can't sit here. Because if you sit here, then I'm going to put that poster. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way you want it.
Like, start putting your legs over it.
You gotta go. Yeah. So if they keep walking into you, we're trying to walk them long anyway. So sometimes if I get here, here in this position, I'll start walking out. Yeah, I'll keep trying to pull the elbow away and walk. You just stand up and hang it on. That's much better right there.
You're setting up like the head control. Are you starting here? Are you starting here?
Yeah, if he's here, yeah. Now bring your arm all the way through it. Now he's yep, right your knee on the other side. Good. And now when you go for your sweep, put your feet all the way down.
Okay.
Right, and when you wrap your arm, remember when you're pulling the arm, stretch it out long. Yeah, look at that. Right? The longer he is, more like a log, the easier he's gonna go. When he can crunch down and get close, that's where he's gonna be hard to sweep. We're gonna try to stay on your hips. So everything is stretch out long.
The foot tells you that.
Nice now.
Dude, I think it's
Yep, and then this is out of the toe. Now wait, go up on the hand. Now look, put your foot down, your whole feet, give me a round. Stretch your elbow along this way, along this way. Think about this. There we go. Where your hands go. Where your hands go. Yeah. Fix it. Good. Keep them up there. Now fight with the hands. Go. Outside. Outside. Trap. Now double down on that. Pull it all to the hip. Look your knee down. Yep, this way. And that's proper. When I spoke to him, if this hand goes on my
I feel like if I didn't go like this. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, way better.
He's gonna sit back up. Now sit up. Now go back to his arms. Now relax.
They're cheap.
Yes, all in. Put this down. Yeah, I got more oil. Yeah, come on, both sides, both sides. Trap, wait.
Pull it to your body. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, make sure you're flipping who goes on top and who goes on bottom after 4 reps.
You can roll away from the camera.
Everything is going to be X-handed never out to the sides.
Yeah, good.
Busted into the car. You coming back?
No, you haven't seen anything. I've had like cameras on since.
Yeah, that's
It's tough because you think like, there's gonna be one day that they come back.
Well, I'm saying it's good that they have them come back. You know, yeah, you can take maybe a couple of pictures. Because My thing was like, you're like an awesome fighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to be a guy who fucks with you. But if there's like 3 guys out there, man, it's a different story. You know, you don't know what they have on. You know what I'm saying?
I still like, my girl was telling me sometimes, I feel like that was the time range where they put
And you know what else you could do? I don't know. You could leave a note on the top saying like, we got you on camera, like we have your face. You know what I'm saying? And that might scare them away. But I'm saying, like, I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not saying we're gonna go out there for unless you absolutely had to, unless God forbid they tried to attack your girlfriend, God forbid, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that would happen, you know, but I'm saying like there would have been like a smarter way to deal with it. And I'm not saying that you didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just go out there and see patients. You know what I'm saying? If you see him, I don't know. You know what to do. I just got a little nervous when you're like, oh, I go out there. You know, I was like, fuck, I want to get jumped. I go
All right, everybody break. Come on back over, please. Okay. Couple of key points. We're talking about these techniques. Again, white belt to black belt techniques. Like you should be using these no matter what. We start kind of basic, set up a drill, and then just kind of see where everybody might have, you know, at all different levels, some things that people end up developing as maybe bad habits. So one of the bad habits that I've seen that we get out of practicing, hey, just for a sec, is mount. And people basically drill it, and then when it comes to real life, when they get here or grappling or whatever, they kind of just scramble through it. I don't want to scramble through this. The point of me doing the hoop up is to get his hands on the ground. So if I just do this, and then I go to, he's going to sit up every time. What do I need to do? Keep your hips up. So also, instead of bumping all the time to do it, like the bumping thing more or less came from a self-defense thing, because he's going to try to punch me and I want him to miss. Right? But if we're doing jiu-jitsu, I don't have to worry about that so much. I still want to keep that programmed in there, but I want to make more of a ramp. So I can also use this as long as I keep my elbows in. But I'm not gonna. Here's how I'm gonna get him to put his hands on the ground. I'm gonna act like I'm walking the bottom part of my body out by walking my feet in and then making that ramp and making him keep his hands on the ground. So I'm gonna start toe walking in like this while I'm stopping his hips. Now my hips are up. Go ahead, pick your hands back up. Now I can go after the hands. Don't move your elbows away from your body. So I'm going to go and I'm going to trap her on the outside. I'll lock this in, and I'm pulling it into his hip on this side. Pull your arm out. This is the way you should be practicing. Ask your opponent to pull their arms out. Move it away. Now I trap the foot on that side, and I literally breach, and I get my oompa. Okay? That is going to be your proper oompa sweep. Hard to get the kids to do it. Everybody bumps and they let it back down, and the kids always go, no, I'm getting hurt, I'm going to sit back up on you, and they get frustrated and tell, right? The kids do it all the time. So I really wanted to make sure that we're paying attention to that aspect, especially if there's punches. Real hard to punch me if he can't pull his hands off the ground. So you've got to keep your hips ramped up. Dan.
Do you ever go overhook with one side? Say he is like, cause in MMA sometimes, you know, they're becoming wide, and I'll come here and block, and then I'll just grab the overhook off that block, you know what I'm saying? And just,
Sort
you know
of.
what I mean?
You're
That might be more
swinging
than
punches
anything.
and it might be okay, but it's not gonna be the best, because if you grab overhook on that side, so if I go and grab overhook on a side like this, I'm playing here, I'm already on my side, I guarantee I'm sliding this knee up, and I'm changing my angle, right? So if Lecky goes overhook on one side, I'm gonna do this, but instead of going outside in, he goes overhook on her arm, right? And go, you do this overhook the other way. No, no. That, wrap around my arm. This is what Ziad is talking about, right? Keep your elbow in, right? So if he goes overhook on this side, look how I can put my hands down. He's not really trapping my hand from stopping me. Go ahead, roll me. I still have the bottom of my hand on the ground. Now look how I can move my hips. So if he traps the other way and brings my elbow into my hip, I can't get my hand out quick enough where I have to post, you know, I'm reaching across my post. I'm going. Good question. You might be able to trick somebody into that. If it saves your life one day, great. However, I'd rather do it the other way because there's more of a safeguard to doing it the way that we're practicing it rather than chance and scramble.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, oh, I did it and it works. It's like, oh yeah.
That's usually where I'll get it, is in a scramble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's in the process of hitting me, and then
Yeah, and like in a scramble, it's almost like a knee tap. I could probably just hit the elbow,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But in a secure situation, somebody gets to the mount like this, or if they get to the mount and they get a pretty tight mount, you really have to pay attention to the fundamentals in that. So everybody feel a little bit better? Yeah.
What happens when they stay kind of low off of that first bump, and they kind of stay like chest to face, like if they're on top?
Yeah, so, and then it becomes like, so we're doing this drill to get back to the guard,
Yeah.
right? But then it becomes, okay, if they're gonna kind of stay low and keep their chest, I gotta go fishing for arms, but I'm gonna have to get them to bring their arms in by also doing my hip escape, right? So now I'm gonna try to hip escape, bring my elbows in and try to go after their knees, and they're gonna bring their hands in here to defend, I'm gonna go back after the arms. Just like anything else that we do, we have to have like an AB. Somebody know what I mean by hip escape, right? Like I get to the mounted position, we're just doing our basic hip escape right here, and then he's low, and his arms are out to the side, which is I like him because he's gonna make me reach away from the body. This is what Sebastian's talking about. So I'm gonna start going after the lower part of the body. I'll do that because he would have brought his hands back in, and then I would have back after his arms, and that's where I'm gonna pick like how I'm getting out. Everybody here, for the most part, knows when we're grappling, you shouldn't be setting yourself up with, I'm gonna do this move now. Like, no, you're gonna have like 3 or 4 different things that you're gonna try to put out there and see what you're getting reactions to see what's going to work best. In the beginning, everybody's doing moves, right? And you're gonna be able to do the hip high sweep as a move, meaning like, I pulled that move from class off, like the hip high sweep. Yeah, it's a timing thing, and it's done at the right time. You're probably gonna be able to get it and it gets you to a good position. But overall, if you just do the move, especially when you're in class, you're like, oh, you did one step wrong, or you didn't get it quick enough, like, I'm just gonna stop you from doing that. Then you're gonna get really frustrated. So everything always has to have like the yin to the yang. I need a B move, and it's usually what? Upper part of the body, right? We're doing Oompa. I'm going after the arm, trapping the arm and getting the sweep. He starts to block that, I go after the lower part of the body, right? He squeezes his knees together, he wants to keep them out. Once he starts losing, he moves his hands, I go back after the arms again. This is gonna be the same thing from all positions to try to create space. The ladies aren't muscling their way out of these techniques, right? If you wanna just hold them down, they have to be able to make you move and move your hands, and not just gonna power their way through it. Well, and me, I'm not that big. You guys aren't that big either, so put you guys in this corner. It's fine. Okay, next part. Where's my partner? Oh, Sebastian, you wanna come over these two? So the next part is very simple. They sit up, right? And now they're playing more of a I'm gonna go to open your guard sort of games. They're playing sit up. So this is our elbow drag. This is most of the time, we just did a little bit of elbow drag the last one, but this is where the elbow drag is gonna fall into play. Very steady, and he sits up and his elbows, this is where we're gonna be here, right? So now I have a lot of space right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take that space by bringing the bottom out and then resetting up my frame. So my frame right now is just, he's close to my hips, and it's gonna be here. If he drops back down, this is what I have for my frame. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the leg part of the frame, which becomes our single leg X, or our sit-up guard, right? So here, same thing, foot goes in like this on this side. Don't be lazy with this part and go,
All right, I'm opening the guard and I'm gonna try to move. This is not gonna work, right? Because right away, a good grappler is gonna jump right through that. It has to feel like there's tension around the waist so he can't just pass from left to right. If there's any kind of tension on the waist and the back is open, that's gonna make it so he has to take steps backwards first to go around my legs and start to pass. This is always gonna give me more space. Does that make sense? So I'm here like this, I don't just open, I stay here like this. So now he technically has more pressure on his waist than he did when I had a closed guard. That's what I want. And then also it's real hard for him to go in and start pushing that knee down because it's buried in him, right? So now we're gonna use this to sit up. When you're sitting up, I'm keeping my frame hand, so this is gonna be here. This is gonna be my drag hand. I want you to turn on your side like this. I don't want you to start doing this from here. I want you to drag back to it. So this is my bottom foot. Number one thing when I drag back is I get my bottom foot underneath me. I'm gonna do this on both sides. Here, reach, and I'm rolling here. I didn't sit up yet. Push with this foot, this other foot drags underneath. Look, and I keep my frame hand in, and I'm gonna switch right to here. Now you notice my frame goes to here and here, and I've created this space where I can get up or I can kind of attack and come forward, okay? This is the way we get into our single leg X or single butterfly. And we're gonna do our hook flip sweep from here. So real calm here, and then he's either gonna leave or he's gonna keep pressure. Most people keep pressure. So what I want you to practice doing is turning your frame into your underhook, but keeping your elbow in the same place, okay? So I keep this here like this. I'm just gonna bring this in here like this, okay? Elbow didn't really move, but he's not gonna get closer because now I'm using my knee there, okay? If he backs out, that's fine by me. He backs out, you see he's pulling the opposite side out. I keep this side. So I want you to use a hook grip on this side. I kind of like this. Some people go to the belt. I don't mind it, it's not always there. So I don't really depend on it that much, but if you can get it one day, sure. And then we're gonna go for a hook flip. Making so this is our focus point, the hook. Keep your foot flexed. I'm drawing him in on this. I'm not trying to just lift him with my legs, okay? We're going this way. I'm gonna draw his weight forward. I'm gonna use this to draw his weight forward. What I want you to see is this part. I'm not gonna sweep him, right? I'm gonna grab my arm on this side, and then as I go to sweep, watch, sit back, don't let me sweep you, right? I need to draw him in. Watch my knee. This comes through, and I draw. Everybody see how I pulled him in and got my knee to the strong position? That's this right here. This is my draw. If my foot looks like this, it's not going anywhere, right? So you have to make sure that you're using this hook and you're drawing the knee in. If you notice I'm drawing my knee to a 90-degree angle, that's gonna be my strong point, and that's where I'm gonna get my lift. He's gonna become weak because what? I'm drawing his hips in front of his knees. Now he's gonna put his hands down, right? And this is what we have to do. We have to break them down first and then go for the sweep. From here, frame, I just swing this hand here like this. I get my hook under the arm. All we're gonna do is trap the arm like this. So just go after and grab and pull the elbow in. Leg comes through, I draw him in here like this. Look, I start to tilt. I bring this leg through, I draw him in. What's up? Yeah. And then we're here in the mount again. Guess what you can do.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And I end up back here again. So now I'm gonna go to this side. Always start with my frame. Why? He's sitting up. I've already reserved the space. So now if he tries to bring everything down again, I'm just gonna look, I use my frame like this. I don't have to use my hand or my wrist. This isn't gonna really cost me anything. Okay? Step, hip in. Here's my drag again. I'm going to this side. I didn't get up yet. Bottom foot has to come underneath. So as I drag back, look at me holding this hand in here. Bottom comes underneath, and I get to here. Butt's behind me, and I'm like this, less than 90 degrees. If you're sitting here like this, you're gonna get pushed over. I want this, like we're leaning into it. Okay, when you're ready, come here. Hook, catch. I'm drawing this arm in, flexing this foot. I start my rotation. I draw him forward. Look at his hips. They're back here. I need to bring them in forward, over the top. And you can follow right to the mount, or if you like side control, you do side control, but I want you to get to the mount. So you can do the upa again, and I can get another chance. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So let's do no more than, just do, I like 4. So do 2 on each side, okay? And then flip. Who's doing the offensive part? Who's doing the defensive?
This, guys, for people first time doing this, be careful. The side you're getting swept on, do not post your palm out. You will break your wrist. Fold it in. Everybody understand that?
He's talking about when I'm going after the elbow and pulling the elbow in. Sometimes people will try to reach and like that's you're not getting anything with that reach. Don't bother.
Yeah.
Once your elbow's compromised like that, you're going. Man, just go.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get some reps. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, Captain? Break time? They let you wear that hat in school? Do they really?
Coach, you can teach your problem.
Understand how to get my arms like I know how to do a hook. I know how to do a hook, right? I know what my arms are doing. How are you getting over from there?
I'm not. So you frame like this, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my arm coming in like this. That's where I want it. Yeah. We don't want the under on that side. Just keep your elbow in the same place. Turn your hand over, and then use it as a hook. Draw the edge. Draw with that foot. That's all that leg. Draw that knee into your body. Ready to me? To me. To me.
Laws of jiu-jitsu.
That's the part you miss. Your hook goes, let's say, right? Like, I need that.
That's not what I'm doing. Have to be active. You gotta do that.
Feel how I draw you in. That's good. That's what I want you to work on. Like you're getting like this, so you're like disconnecting and then trying to catch up with the body. But there's gonna be a lag going on. Right? So I want to just rotate and start to turn, and then now the knee gets the perfect position. This helps me get and use your body to rotate. Look, bottom this. And rotate. Yeah, it's back my guard. Rotate. Back. I'm gonna tuck because I'm gonna tuck the ball in. Right, so that's why I went to the last thing. And I'm gonna telegraph it. And you're gonna see the higher level really. So we start doing this. As soon as I get this on this, I know. I can easily start to switch it from here. And he knows it. I'm waiting because I'm underhook on this side. He can't have more shoulders to sit back. So he's going to start to sit back like this. And then he's going to walk. So for you, I think
Bigger and better things.
It's 100% out of my head.
Chris, crack your head back. Crack your head back and bend your foot. Go underneath you. Yeah, and then you sit down. You know, one foot down in the middle. Yes. So tall.
I love that I told you about that. You're having a hard time reaching the floor. Do I see connected?
It's easier, right?
But I'm having a hard time with my foot touching the ground.
sure you do these foot. These guys like 11. Yeah, watch. Go back.
It was.
No. If you give it, do it again, but this time, don't be a lazy talker. Make it work. Have pressure. Go ahead. And we'll fix it. So, start from the beginning. Give the same pressure. So, number one, pause. Number one thing, go back. Right? You get this here. Don't be in a rush to move. Once you get there,
How's everybody doing? Who needs help?
So, go ahead. Set up this one. Yeah. Stop giving you pressure. Use the pressure. Now this leg. Yep. And push off, push off. Don't lift yourself up. Push. Yeah. See? Now you sit. Right? Now, next step. This knee is pointing inward. Open it. Outward. You find a lot of stress on the shoulder. Here. Yes. Like this. Adjust the butt a little bit this way. Yep, now you're strong. Now, get your underhook. Now, when you move that in and get this, don't hold your head back.
Just easier. Sideways as opposed to.
Yes. If you fall backwards, you're pulling. He gets strong. Yeah, now put your frame. Now, you're gonna come here, and now look your hand. Right? Now, as you start to push off that leg, push off the arm together. Push. Yes. Then you get your foot there. Now we're going to sit. Drag the bum out a little bit more. No, out. Yes. Lean into him. Yes. Right? Now you get there. Do the up. Then that.
Feels better.
Drum master Prince.
I use my energy against it. Yeah. Yeah, see, easy, right? Where your leg going?
Lazy part now, but you can post it here. I'm trying to figure out how to
Slide down. Yeah, jump in, Carl. Jump in.
get control of my finger. Yeah. Now, no matter how much I fight, I had like a week.
Well, whatever way you look at it.
Oh, yeah, let's do another minute. Hit me up if you get any questions. Matt, give him a
And sometimes you can't.
I know what's not. When you're here, like a focus, you feel like you're not stable. I'm here, but I just put
Alright, yeah, that makes sense. So it's kind of like, alright. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I didn't even think about that. 'Cause I'm like, I'm just gonna push my way down, is what I was thinking. But then, you know, that hooking,
yeah, that foot is already there. Like the minute now I stay here. Now you want to go forward? You'll be
yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I thought I was going to get two guys.
So I don't want to do this first, right? I don't want to do it here and then try to catch up. I want to go tilt and draw. So you're going lateral? Tilt. Don't go straight back. Tilt. Tilt. I want to get rid of the thing that through, because when we get to here, I might need it to lift right here like this and support.
Now you're waiting.
And when you guys do it, you're like the person everybody knows when it's coming to a certain level,
Just to get the elbows, I can start again. But now look, see how it works in the lead? Yes, right there. You got your hook. Now when you're ready, you let out of it. You try something. Yes, you just know this. You gotta remember these.
keep this right in the line. See it's on the line?
Joy and peace in the
Down and go like this. I can roll on my side a little bit. Now we're going. Right back on the line. I don't want to go outside.
See, if I do this, if I do this to you, if I do this to you,
Now it's not drag. It's not drag. You go piece of so simple. That's how it comes in. Now see That's sideways. It's an X angle, right? We're trying to get that off that side. right?
Were you supposed to take an area on the?
These are the ways that I'm gonna do it.
And you were telling me you're saying this. You bring back your elbows. All that line. Sweet grass. You bring your elbows over myself.
This, and then you like drag it out to the side. Yeah.
Right, your hips up.
When I started doing this, they reach right through the heel. Yeah. And now you first, I'm always gonna drag it up here like this, and then I'm gonna move myself back. Already in a strong hip hinge by the time I'm up. That's the only reason I have something more. I don't have to come from here and be like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Ready to do base Let's do 1 minute, okay? How you guys doing? Good? Everybody good? Pretty good? 30 seconds. Super important. These are drills that I would love to be able to come into the morning class or any one of my classes and be like, all right, everybody, grab a partner. The explanation I go, let's go hip ice sweep, oompa, back. I want 2 each side and then switch. Right, ready, go. Bam, there we go. Next time, person sitting up, elbow drag, single butterfly, hook flip sweep, get there, go. Okay, then I can be like hip ice sweep, which I didn't get to today. S-mount arm bar, bam, finish it. Next person goes. I love to be able to get, I don't want to say basic, but I want to get these techniques that we use, like white belt and black belt techniques, in it, to be able to do in a drill format where we've worked out a lot of the kinks like we worked out today. So guess what we're going to continue doing? A lot of this. You come to my morning classes especially, I really want to have this group because I see a lot of the same faces. I want to get it to where we're working like a well-oiled machine, no matter what rank you're at, and it's going to help everybody. We come in, we get after it, we drill. If you notice, you see black belts and brown belts and purple belts, they're all here drilling, and I'm going around, and there's a little tweaking that I can do all the time, and I can do to myself as well, on fixing technical problems. I like doing this because eventually what happens is people start doing it more in their roles, and then the next time we come back and we talk about this, somebody goes, like Sean will be like, man, I keep trying to do it, and so keeps doing this. Good. Good. So now we can go back and talk about whatever this is you'd be talking about, and we fix it. So now you keep the confidence with the technique that we're doing, and you don't go, yeah, it works to a certain extent, and then I throw it out, right? So we started today with a hip ice. That's learn in a white belt, you do it in black belt, right? You're going to do it all the way through. It's one of the best sweeps from the bottom to the top. That's why we usually end up learning first. And then elbow drag. We do it in every single warm-up. It's always elbow drag. I want people to understand why we do elbow drag. Right? That's super important. Like, why do we do it? Well, if I keep making you do it and use it in the guard, you're like, oh yeah, at least I know we do it in the guard.
and then the proper ways of doing the elbow drag and sit up. And understanding the next position, where the frame is, where the knee frame is, how to make sure what feet are going in first. You have to get the reps and program these things, or they're not going to work on the floor. You're going to miss that one step. You're going to try to do it. It's going to fail. You're going to like, no, it doesn't work. These techniques work for everyone. You just have to find out how they're going to work out for your body type. And for some body types, they work easier. For some body types where you got more leg, I don't feel that bad for you. You're going to figure out a way to get your legs in position. Because when it comes to triangles, you guys are like, triangles are easy. Like, I know, close your legs without eating. Crap, right into this guy over here. Exactly. People just like you. So, yeah. Peter, oh, yeah, he's right there. Any questions on this stuff? Cool, so everybody knows what my expectations are, right, coming forward? All right, good. So when I go, all right, let's go. Grab a partner, hip by sweep to the mount escape. The little things in the mount escape. Don't drop your hips back down. Right? Everybody goes bump, and they go, okay, cool, now it's my turn. It's like, no, they're going to sit back up and do whatever the heck they want. Make sure when you're lifting your hips, you're walking your hips in, and you're making them keep the hands in the ground. Practice that part. Walk the hips up, be like, hey, what would you do? Can you pick your hands up? Get your hands back off the ground. Cool, now it's my turn again. I'm going after your arms. Right? You have to do these deductive things with a good partner in the drill. So when it's live, you already have these little things worked out when somebody has a defense for what you're doing. All right, if anybody have any questions, I'll set the round timer and you guys can keep grappling until you want to grapple and rotate your feet in. Appreciate it? See you. Like a partner. Unless you really have to go, but